I'm bored. Let's watch a bunch of anti-woke YouTubers become feminists. All right, so this is a clip from Katie Did. Shout out to Katie Did for grabbing this. I saw this clip and I was like, I want to make a video about this. Just kind of watch it with you guys. There's not a lot to debunk here. I just want to sort of give my commentary. But we have YellowFlash here on one of his streams. We have a few people you might recognize, like Lofty Pixels, Tom from Midnight's Edge, Legal Mindset. We're going to have that Star Wars girl in this clip at a certain point. But it's really funny because they're literally arguing in this video about the validity of girls in gaming, and all of a sudden the girls in this group get offended during this conversation, and then some of the guys all of a sudden turn into feminists. So when they tell you that they believe in things that you guys believe in, etc., 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 all of that changes when it's one of their own. This is going to be really interesting. Let's watch this.
I'll agree. We all agree. That's the whole point. The whole point of this conversation was the game sucks, Nick. We all agree. Cool.
We agree, but I still said
but
what
Lofty
I said.
wants to take it.
Okay, so by the way, trigger warning on some of the language used here. I do have it pitched up a little bit, and they're talking about the Suicide Squad, the game, the Suicide Squad, and how bad it is, and it sort of spirals into this here.
To a different direction. Say, let me tell you why it doesn't suck that much, Dick. It just sucks the tip, not the shaft.
No, I don't even care. The game could be a 0 out of 10. I'm just saying it's not the same as Helldivers. You guys are just like making.
Nobody said it was the same fucking game. The point is to compare the thriving game to the shitty game.
You said it's the same. You compare me. Yes, it's the same. You said it's the same. You said it's the same genre.
So oddly enough, I don't disagree here that they compare stuff that doesn't need to be compared. I do agree with that. I think just comparing, oh, this game's popular and this one's not, that's really dumb. It's really stupid. So when Lofty here is saying that these games are not the same, they're not comparable, I actually agree with that statement. I think that's true. And these guys do it a lot.
You just lying. Go back and replay the tape. You're lying.
Oh my God.
I'm very confused.
I just would like to say that Lofty, I worked at Nintendo. They wouldn't have hired me if I didn't play video games. Thank you.
Oh, that happens. So game corporations and journalist corporations that exclusively represent video games apparently never hire people who've never played games in their life. Apparently that never happens, according to Nina.
Well, am I?
So there he is essentially suggesting, because Nina is the one that said something to him about this, that Nina is an unqualified hire for this position. That was his statement there. Now, he didn't say it directly, he said it indirectly. It's like a backhanded comment. You know what I mean? Like he's saying, oh, I'm not going to say that you're unqualified, but everything I'm going to say in my statement is suggesting that you're unqualified.
Interview. I was asked about video games.
Oh, okay. Oh, so what have you played Mario? Yes, you're hired.
So sweet baby.
Wait, I don't understand why you get so hostile towards me. I haven't even fucking said anything to you. Why are you so hostile?
I'm not
hostile. He's calling you a fake gamer girl.
Yeah, you're like literally calling me a fake gamer girl.
Yeah, but you're claiming to
How
know
about you
more
go fuck yourself, Lofty?
Yeah, but you're claiming the game no more.
I'm sure he does often.
I do. It's like, cringe when girls come into spaces and they think I'm a gamer and they're not. It's really cringe.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Lofty is very volatile in general. Like he likes to argue in general. So I'm gonna dial this back a little bit because Lofty talks very quickly. He's very volatile in general, so this doesn't shock me too much. But the audacity to say this while you have two women on the stream with you who are both part of the community is pretty crazy. Well, look, the reality is, if these women, let me put myself in their position here, if these women believed in the values of this community and how these guys typically talk about women in general, they would expect this sort of rhetoric. It should be no shocker to them. These are the people they've aligned themselves with. So when it turns around, it ends up being a problem, and these guys start saying stuff like this, it shouldn't be a surprise. I would say it shouldn't be a surprise. It doesn't shock me that he is saying this, but they seem to be taken aback by it.
Lofty, how are you the worst representation of gatekeeping ever?
What? What do you mean?
Like you're like the meme, the gatekeeping meme.
Gatekeeping what? Like what am I gatekeeping? What am I gatekeeping?
Gaming.
How am I gatekeeping gaming?
So they're calling him a gatekeeper. These guys on this panel are singling out Lofty as a gatekeeper. I don't know if anybody smells the irony in the air. I smell it. It's like a raging wildfire here, that people on YellowFlash's panel would start calling someone else on the panel a gatekeeper. That's crazy.
Girls
Nina.
come into this space and like,
Oh,
oh
so
my
it's
God.
bad when I do it, but it's based when every other person does it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not agreeing with him on this one because obviously I don't think you should treat anybody like this or gatekeep anybody. But his statement about like comparing what he's doing to everything else they do, especially with YellowFlash in this fucking panel, is absolutely true.
Yes, because they're less of a
See,
bag
that's why
about
I'm
it.
held.
Yeah.
That's why I'm held to way higher standards than everybody else. That's why it's ridiculous. It's absolutely
Nina does
ridiculous.
play games. She has a whole
Oh, okay.
channel.
Okay.
Oh my
I understand you
gosh.
play games. I know you play games, but you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to this.
I didn't
topic.
even say anything about this game, Lofty. I wasn't the one you were arguing with. And then you
Then
turned
why
on
are
me
you-
and started
then
being a
why are you
fucking
talking to
total
me?
asshole.
Then why are you responding to me then? I'm not even
Because-
talking to you.
Because you called me a fake gamer girl, so
Mhm.
I responded to you.
You did imply
Yeah,
that
but-
she is a fake gamer girl.
Yeah, but you were implying that you understand what this topic's about, which you don't.
No, I said I don't know what you're talking about because we've lost the point, and that is exactly what I said. I didn't know what the point was that you were trying to make. I was trying to follow your
how I've
point.
missed these moments where Lofty derails the the topic to like
Because we
wild
got female
trenches.
gamers in the chat.
I don't think we need to fight about anything here. They're fighting over nothing.
Yeah, it's because everybody's wrong and they're
Lofty
just
wants to
fucking
pull
lying.
up like
Oh
Just
my
like
God.
last week, exactly like last week, and exactly like in DMs today when everybody was calling me an idiot for saying that Dune is not woke. Holy fuck.
So I thought that was interesting that he's revealing that in their private DMs, they kind of like purity test whether or not you feel something is woke or not. So they're literally arguing in private about wokeness. That's crazy, fam. So they're sitting in DMs, sharing things, talking about whether they're woke or not. Unironically. Wow.
Everybody you guys are retarded. And last week you're like, oh, Avatar and Naruto are nothing alike. Of course they are. I already debunked-
I never said that.
I
Hey,
already
fuck
debunked
you. I never said that. I never.
Which, by the way, we're not even talking about games there. He's completely on something else. Now he's talking about movies and TV shows, which is completely off topic on what he was speaking about before.
Tina,
I never watched
Tina,
Avatar.
Yeah.
so
I
that was
never
between
watched
you and Crow.
Naruto, so
All you
I
guys-
didn't
all you
have
guys-
an
between you
opinion
and Crow.
on it.
Not only that, he's making shit up about the other stuff too, because
Shit up,
Everybody's
bro.
retarded.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking retarded.
we didn't say that Dune was woke. We said there was issues.
You said it was
Yeah.
woke, you fucking retard.
No, I did not.
Hey,
Fuck you,
stop.
dude.
You said it was
Lofty.
woke. I wasn't even on it. I didn't even say
I
it was
can't,
woke. What are you talking about?
I can't call him a retard, but he
You know what the best part about this clip for me is they can't determine between them what's woke and what isn't. If wokeness is an objective thing, like we the people that are okay with diversity and we support that kind of stuff, things along those lines. We really love the inclusive nature of the media that we're taking part in. Like, if we're unable to see it, but it's so fucking obvious, then why would they even have a difference of opinion about what woke is? If woke was this tangible thing that you could just look at and see, there should be no discussion from them, from these anti-woke guys. There should be no discussion on whether it's woke or not. It should be absolutely obvious.
is allowed to call me a retard.
I didn't call
You're
you a retard.
disagreeing.
He didn't call you a
Fight
retard.
about
I didn't
it.
call you
Idiot.
a
You call me an
retard.
idiot. You call me a retard. You call me a naive. Yes, you did. In DMs. Go check it. Go check it. Go check it. Go fucking back and check
Calm
it.
down, Lofty.
Well,
No.
you're misrepresenting what we were talking about anyway. So
No, I'm not.
I will say there's almost never a month that goes by that there's not some huge fight on Flash's stream between panelists, like actual huge fights. This is maybe the fourth one I've seen in the last 3 months where people are just openly fighting with each other on stream.
Either way,
Yeah,
even
you
about the
are.
You're
Naruto
wrong.
thing,
You're just
Lofty,
objectively wrong.
even
No,
with
yes.
the Naruto
you
thing, first of
disagreed with
all,
me about the North and South thing being representative
Yeah,
of the
you're wrong.
religious
You're
South
wrong.
and the Trump
You're wrong.
thing.
You're wrong. You're
Okay.
objectively wrong.
You can
I-
say I'm objectively wrong all you want, but you just misrepresented the conversation. At no point did any of us.
Misrepresented. How many times do these guys misrepresent things? It's their business model. Misrepresentation of what you're looking at is your business model. This is what you guys do. You sit around on these streams and you misrepresent things that you're looking at, things that you're watching, news articles, things like that. That is your business model. That is what you do.
Say that Dune overall was fucking woke. We said there was some issues with it. So that being said, you can sit there and claim we all said one thing or another. You're misrepresenting the whole fucking argument from the start.
Okay, what were you saying, Nina? What were you saying, Nina? I don't really care. What were you saying?
That's pretty fucking obvious, and that's why you constantly get in arguments, you dumbass. Now I called you a fucking name.
About Avatar. What were you saying, Nina?
I was saying I never disagreed with you that they were similar because I've never even watched Naruto. So I cannot disagree with you. I was just telling you that they could be the same, but one of them is like 800 episodes and one of them is 3 seasons. So one of them tells the story better. That was my whole point, is that it's more concise when it's like, a shorter, more concise story. That was my entire point.
Yeah,
you took it as something completely different.
No.
Being a total dick to me now on stream.
No, I wasn't bringing you up in the Avatar.
Someone give Lofty a...
So the funny thing is, like, I'm not bringing you up in the Avatar thing. Dude, you literally called her a fake gamer girl. You said she was a DEI hire without saying it. That was your insinuation when you talked about Nintendo and companies hiring people or hiring unqualified people. That was what you were insinuating. It's very obvious.
Nicker.
I wasn't bringing you up in the Avatar conversation. I was bringing up the chat of the panel last week. You weren't even on the panel.
No, I
wasn't even talking about
it. No, the whole panel was you and Crow arguing about the stupid. I fucking cut a video off of it and put it on.
Yeah, and everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong.
Oh, great. Lofty's going to get triggered again because there's another fake gamer girl on the stream.
Everybody's wrong.
So now we have Anna, that Star Wars girl who shows up. And I've heard from people that this community typically doesn't argue with Anna maliciously because Anna's fan base is very rabid. I don't know if that's true or not.
Just in a combative mood. You can disagree with
Look, Lofty. It's one of those fake gamer girls on the stream again.
Yeah, Anna is here. Hi, Anna.
Yeah, so fake. Such a fake gamer.
What are we talking about, and why is that a game?
He said girls aren't real gamers.
Yeah. What?
So this is really funny to me that immediately you hear the sarcasm in YellowFlash's voice. How dare Lofty say that girls aren't gamers? My dude, your platform is built on sexism and misogyny. That's what you guys do. It's one of, like, I would say we talked about the elements of these channels. Like, one of the foundational elements that they do that is sort of a monolithic thing is this idea that women are not as good as men in certain things, and gaming would be one of those things they would argue about that, right? That women aren't good enough. This isn't my stance. This is their stance. You can look at their track record. They've argued about, like, Ghost of Yotai. They've argued, that's one of the more recent ones where they've argued about a woman as the lead. And they're trying to retroactively change that and say, oh, that's not what we're arguing about now. It's very specific stuff. I saw Grums on Twitter trying to argue his way out of it. But the point is that the sexism and the misogyny that these guys have cultivated seems to be a lost thing here in this argument. Like, they don't seem to understand that this is part of the community that they've built. But now that Anna's there, all of a sudden, Tom and YellowFlash and even the women are you're going to start hearing feminism come out. Now, I am all for feminism. Fucking girl power all day, right? These guys, they don't typically vibe with feminism. It's not something you see from their channels. So let's see how this goes.
They're not. They're not.
He said girls are fake gamers.
So all the
they are. They don't know the
the
nuance. They don't. They just
we don't know the nuance.
They
No,
don't
we
know.
don't,
Fucking,
Anna.
girls are tourists. I'm sorry. You can play Elden Ring for 7 million hours. You're not a gamer. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that is Lofty's standard here, is that it doesn't matter what game you're playing or how long you're playing it. Women are in general tourist to gaming. He said this, so this is a standard. So let's see him like weasel around with this for the rest of this chat.
Holy fuck!
So all the other games
That
I
makes
play
no
don't
sense.
mean anything.
That makes no
Literally
sense.
0 sense.
What are we doing here exactly? Are we like?
We're
are we
arguing
listening
with
to you?
heartedness.
Okay, go ahead. Where are we
I
at?
just
Where we
got
at?
here. What the hell is going on?
We're in a fight, Anna, with Lofty.
Lofty's saying that women don't play video games. They're all
Bring
tourists.
on somebody that's like serious. Bring Mark the Cyborg. Bring fucking Mahler. Bring anybody on that's serious. You guys have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Wow.
Everybody's
Oh
done.
my god.
Wow.
You don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
why don't you bring on somebody? Why don't you bring on somebody that knows video games? You guys are all like, you're crazy.
I think there's a lot of people
Hey,
that know video
Lofty.
games.
I watched some of your Final Fantasy stream.
Yeah, what about it? What about it?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I could pick a random person off in the chat and they'd probably know more about video games than you. That
What does
was
that
one of the
even
gay.
mean?
I
Wait.
love you, Lofty, but that was a pretty gay stream.
Wait, based on what? What? Like, give me an example.
The way that you speak, the way that you play it, the way that you're like, maybe I'm gonna go over here in a little bit, and then I'm gonna do this thing. Yeah.
What does that have to do with that? Wait,
I'm
explain
talking about. Oh, you want to talk about the nuance of the
This is
video
embarrassing.
game?
This is embarrassing.
This is
Lofty,
embarrassing.
she's calling you a
Go ahead.
bitch. That's
This is when two people who seem to be unqualified in having these kinds of conversations are having these kinds of conversations. That's my takeaway from this.
what's
Well,
going on.
I am.
Yeah. Okay, but why?
It was
But
one
why?
of the most
Why?
uneventful things ever.
Yeah. Wait. But why? Give me an example.
I did.
Like, give me
I
one.
gave you 3 different reasons.
You didn't. You didn't. You
Yes,
didn't
I
give a
did.
single. No, you didn't. You didn't. You
Yes,
didn't
I
give
did.
In defense of that statement, not of Lofty, because fuck Lofty, but she didn't really give anything. She was just like, oh, it was boring. Okay, so fair enough. It was a boring stream, but that's not like 3 different things.
single
did.
example. No, you didn't.
I did.
Do it. Wait. Do it again then.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go over here and and then maybe I'll go do this thing in a little bit. But that's your nuance of the game. So you want me to sit here and go every 2 seconds?
That is the most embarrassing interpretation.
I understand,
ever
and I
heard.
watched that stream, and I was like, I never get to catch Lofty streams. What is Lofty doing? Final Fantasy 7. All right, let's see if he's screaming about like the boob rage thing that he's been fighting with YellowFlash about. But just to paint
No, he wasn't screaming about that because that's all performative. See, that's the thing is all the outrage that these guys have over video games is performative. Once they turn the game on and they start playing, they immediately forget about it. They immediately let go of it.
every single chick just because you think that, or I don't know, maybe you're just that threatened by women, but you don't like that.
So there we go. There we go. That to me sounds just like something that they would scream about. Imagine anyone in Marvel or DC or any other content creator that told these guys, whether it be YellowFlash or Tom from Midnight's Edge or Lofty or Nerdrotic or any of these other guys, if a woman told them that they were threatened by women, you would see YellowFlash going the fuck off. But here, crickets. It's crickets because Anna is the one that said it. So he's not going to push back. He doesn't want to push back against Anna specifically, but also he doesn't want to push back against the other women that are here on the panel with him. Because right now we have 3 women on the panel with 3 guys. So it's a 50-50 split. It's a half and half here. So he doesn't want to push back against that. But also this proves that YellowFlash he's not buying what he's selling. Personally, he's not. He would not even buy the products that he is personally selling, meaning all of the anti-women stuff that he's got going on with this channel. He's not bringing it up. He's not taking it to the cash register and walking out of the store with it.
Women play video games. You don't think women can pick up on nuance?
You're
Women
almost
don't game.
one of us, Lofty. You should be
Women
way nicer
don't
to
fucking
chicks.
play games. Women don't play games. I'm sorry, you don't. You play.
We do
You
play
play
games.
on stream. You specifically are a streamer. Okay, you play with all these people that you play with. Off
Me?
stream,
I haven't played a game with Az like since I played
you play
one.
Anna. You play Anna.
Kodak.
You play Elden. Anna, you play Elden Ring because you have people watching you play it.
I've
Everything
also
that-
been playing Elden Ring on my PS5 with my stepdaughter when nobody is watching.
Oh
I
my
played
God.
Sims growing up too.
So we're
I played
gaslighting- so now
Diablo
we're
3 before I
gaslighting.
was even
Now
on
we're
the internet.
gaslighting. Oh,
Hold
my
on a second.
God.
If anyone's gaslighting, I think it's you.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gaslighting
just beat freaking the new Zelda games. Lofty, have you played that?
That's fine. You can play the most popular game of all time. That doesn't make you.
It's funny how the goalpost keeps shifting. You know what I'm saying? Like the goalpost keeps shifting. Anytime they have some sort of rebuttal to him on why it's like we're not fake gamers, like we're girls and we play video games. Anytime they give him any sort of proof, the goalpost just shifts. Now it's like, oh, what's the most popular game of all time? So it doesn't count. Like it keeps moving. And so you can see the women getting uncomfortable here on stream because they're like, how is it that we're becoming targets of somebody, you know, that's in our own community for being women who are gamers? How is that possible? It's possible because this is the community you're a part of, and this is the kind of stuff you've allowed to go unchecked in your community. So all the people that were saying, oh, the left is all feminist and all you guys do is defend women, blah, blah, blah. Well, we do it because of this stuff. You know what I mean? I believe that women are capable of being great at anything, right? And that they're genuine in anything they get involved with. They can be genuine in that as well. So for me, that's not even a feminist concept. That's just a human concept. But over here, it has to be expressed as feminism because you have to fight back against all the misogyny and all the sexism that goes on in these streams.
You a hardcore gamer.
Oh my
What,
god.
Oh my
What
God, except for, like,
obscure
spending
game should they
hours,
play to be
200
considered a
hours playing
gamer?
games.
What obscure game
mean,
should they
They gotta play
play?
Vagrant Story. They gotta pay $115 for a copy of Vagrant Story. And then
Should
they can
probably
get
play
it.
Anno 1800. I don't know. What are you asking me?
Well,
What
I'm
obscure
asking
games
what
do they play?
obscure game
What
do
can
they
they
need
do
to
to
play to be
prove
considered?
themselves in the lofty
Right.
standard? What is a lofty standard?
No,
Okay, so here we go. This is another funny thing. We could say the same thing to these guys. What do the women that are in these movies and TV shows and actors in video games or whatever, what did they have to do to prove anything to you? What is the standard for that? Let's extend that to them. What do these people, these people, whether it be, we'll say women here specifically, but any person they've ever attacked, what do they have to do to prove to you that what they're doing is genuine, that what they're doing is real, what they're doing is honest? What is that standard? You could easily just flip that back on these guys.
the
Gaming.
difference. The baseline.
Play the most obscure
baseline.
fucking
the baseline-
retarded video game
the
of
base-
all time, and Lofty will
baseline-
accept
the
it.
baseline would be know the difference between Helldivers and Suicide Squad. That's the baseline.
Oh,
Are you
God.
kidding me?
It's really funny to me that he's arguing about like how genuine someone is, how true they are as a gamer. And he's mentioning the Suicide Squad and Helldivers, right? A game that pretty much was universally disliked, and another game that a bunch of people already play. So what are we even talking about here? Like, how does that prove anything to anybody? These aren't niche games. These aren't like hidden gems. You know what I mean? It's weird.
That's
Yes.
your baseline, Lon.
Yes, that's the baseline.
You know what's funny is I remember last week, they can go and clip it. I started bitching about the new Harry Potter game, and you agreed with me
What about it?
about how the fact that when you're playing an RPG and then when you make a decision and it should affect your character and the outcome, and there's
Oh
absolutely
yeah, I agree with that.
zero
I
effect.
agree with that.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying,
why I didn't
saying
like
that
Fallout.
me,
That's why
I didn't get nuance from that game at all. Like my
That's why-
input on that game does not count, even though you agreed with me last
Anna,
week.
Yeah,
that's
it
a
doesn't
very-
count,
that's a-
Anna.
that's
Real,
that's
real
fine.
quick, like side thing. That's why I hated Fallout 4 because in all the other Fallouts,
No one
you can
cares,
have, like,
YellowFlash. Let
morality
Lofty respond.
decisions and stuff.
Nobody
but for
cares.
this one, none of those decisions mattered in that fucking game.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking
Well, I
about
can't
that.
speak
Right,
for
so-
women because I don't have a vagina. But
You can have.
Thank you for telling us. And by the way, that's not really the only metric to judge a woman by. It's funny that his immediate thing is women vagina. So his concept of what a woman is do they have a vagina or not?
Have one now, Tom.
good, I can buy one. I hear they're cheap.
You don't have to have one to be a woman now, Tom.
According to them, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Based, Anna. Very based. Very progressive of her.
I could just identify as one. But I will say this: I've had more girlfriends that were into gaming and anime than I've had regular guy friends.
Thank you, Tom.
We love some anecdotal evidence. Love that.
That is the most cuck bullshit thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
So see, he's accusing him of being a cuck now because he's expressing some feminism. So there was transphobia, and then there was feminism. It's a weird world over here on YellowFlash's stream. So it can be transphobic. They're okay with that. Feminism, you know, get the fist up for the ladies, basically.
That's
How
a
is
little
that?
That's a little pot kettle there from you, Lofty.
Holy
I think
fuck.
there's
Holy
more
fuck. Somebody
nuance.
clip it. Somebody clip it. Somebody clip it. Somebody clip Tom saying that.
Lofty, let me ask, did somebody like hurt you? Did you have like a gamer girlfriend that dumped you?
No,
I think so.
What?
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm getting.
I think
at.
you nailed,
remember,
you nailed it.
You guys are just like
We last I remember
you
long
get beat
ago
in a
we
game by
dived
a
into
girl?
he stalked some girl, remember?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
We talked
yeah.
the
How
whole
much
thing
am
we
I
talked
talking?
about that.
I'm pretty sure that between the two of us,
Hold on, we glazed over that very quickly. Stalked a girl? That's creepy. I don't know the lore behind that.
the chances of one of us having a dick in their mouth, I'm the least likely.
Jesus Christ.
Bro,
Oh my God. Listen, I had to argue with him.
I don't know why YellowFlash is laughing at that. He's including you. He's on your panel. He's saying that YellowFlash, you are more likely to have a dick in your mouth than him. You are. He's not just talking about the women and Lofty. You're included in that. So I don't know why you think that's funny.
Girls
You're calling a
lesbians
cunt.
last night.
Yeah.
You guys
I don't know
are
which
so
argument's
lost.
worse here. It's pretty much on the same level.
Oh my God. Lofty. I love you, but you're
I'll
really
tell you what, this
fucked.
is why my guy friends aren't into video games and fucking anime, because they're actually into like fucking cars and trucks and shit. They would
They're
call
like
you
manly
a little queer,
dudes.
Lofty.
Okay. Keep in mind that both Tom and YellowFlash are in this community where they argue about Disney princesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he just said that, or his attack on Lofty is, you're not acting very manly because you're arguing about video games and anime, right? Tom, you're literally on the panel with people that's what they're doing for a living. Matter of fact, right in front of you, the article that you've had up on the screen, or the YellowFlash had on the screen since this argument started, is about Sweet Baby Inc. and video games. So I don't understand how that's a metric of masculinity. I don't understand. You'd be including yourself in the category of people who are not manly.
I
They're
can't
like
even
manly
believe,
guys.
I can't even believe that you're using that argument. I actually can't even believe it. You're telling me
Because
that
you sat there and fucking
Hey,
said
Tom.
that women aren't into
Wait,
fucking video
Tom.
games.
Oh
And you
my
had two women
God.
just come in here and
Tom, let
blast
me
your
ask
ass.
you.
And I just
Tom.
told you a fucking fact of the matter. In
Tom,
my
let me ask you.
lifetime,
All this feminism. So Lofty had women come in and tell him, women talking down to him, and another man telling him that women are good enough. All the feminism in the air.
of the probably 24 women I've dated, there are
Oh
more
my
women
God.
that have
Anecdotal evidence.
been into fucking anecdotal evidence, just like your anecdotal
Well, see,
evidence.
it's not fair, Tom, because he doesn't have a lot of experience with women.
Oh, well, we
to-
know that
to
because he probably
talk
thinks
about it.
tits feel like
Hey Tom,
sandbags.
hey Tom, Tom, what percentage of women? Tom, what percentage of women do you think play games versus men?
Well, I was gonna give you a percentage, but you were jumping in with your anecdotal fucking evidence.
What's your
Wait,
Okay, so let's say
go
about
ahead, go
2 dozen
ahead.
women,
There's
and I'm
a
fucking with you. Let me
difference.
fucking finish, you little fuck. Jesus
You can-
Christ!
You
Go
can
ahead.
recognize that
This is
there
why I
are
didn't
more
want to fucking be here
men.
tonight. Because you're a little asshole who won't let anybody fucking finish a point, and you're so fucking condescending.
Because-
That's why.
Because you're wrong.
That-
What am I supposed to pretend that you're right?
Because
You want me to-
you're wrong. Because I'm right.
Oh my
Because I know
God.
everything. Because
You guys
I'm
are all
lucky. I'm 12.
fucking retards.
That's what
You
you
sound
fucking
like
come
a
off like.
You don't-
five-year-old
you don't have
right
to be
now.
mean. You can
sound like
recognize
a
that
You
five-year-old.
wouldn't fucking
there are
know
more
what a 5-year-old
male
sounds like.
gamers.
Jesus
Men,
Christ.
what percentage
without
of men
saying
play-
all women don't play games. You can recognize that there are more males that play
There's
games and
vast
that males are the
majority.
primary
Oh, so you need to specify. You need to specify. Okay, keep in mind in this community, when you're talking badly about someone, you have to specify that it's not all of them. That's what we're trying to do here. Specify that it's not all. So the women on this panel feel very hurt that Lofty makes a broad, sweeping statement about the credibility of women when it comes to gaming. Companies hiring them because they're not qualified, because they're women. They're trying to fill a quota. The women aren't true gamers because of the nuanced differences between Helldivers and the Suicide Squad. They're not real gamers if they play off camera. That's just gaslighting. They're not real gamers if they play Zelda. There's all of these different qualifications. The sooner that these folks realize that that is their entire persona, that is their entire community, on every single subject, the sooner they realize that and could see that, could look outside of this, they would realize that they're not actually the people on the good side of this fight. They're not. They're not. You're having to sit over here and argue with these guys the validity of you as a woman, as a girl, taking part in a hobby. You're having to argue that with them. Whereas if you were hanging out with people on my side of the aisle, you would never have to argue about that. Because we would just say, you're a gamer. You're a gamer. You kick ass. What's your thoughts and opinions on that? All of the women in gaming, all of these ones that you guys have gotten mad about, like right now on the screen, Sweet Baby Inc., all the people out there fighting every single day in gaming to make space for women and other marginalized communities to be a part of it. All of those people are fighting against folks like Lofty. Lofty's take on this has been the umbrella take for this community for a long time. And now all the women on this panel, all of them, Rennie, Anna, Nina, are arguing with Lofty in his position when his position is the standard in this community. But because you guys want so badly to be in this community, because for one reason or another, whether it be trans people, gay people, black people, whatever it is, for one reason or another, you are overlooking the other atrocities that exist in this community because you so badly want to be a part of this because you have one thing in common with them. Instead of just going, hey, I'm going to be a part of the community that wants everybody to have fun, to be a part of everything. They want to be gamers, fine. They want to watch Marvel, fine. They want to be a DC character, they're fine. Like, all of that's fine. Instead of doing that, you have one sort of bigoted point of view that has latched you together. So now you're having to fight here as a woman to prove some kind of purity test that you are a quote unquote real gamer. That's crazy.
Audience,
Yes.
without just making a blanket statement that women just don't game. I think we can all recognize that there's more
I think
nuance.
we know
to
what
that.
I mean. I think everybody knows what I mean when I say women
No, we
play
don't,
games.
Lofty,
No, we
especially when you
don't.
directly insult people that are on the panel. Like, we don't know what you mean.
Because you're just
You know what? I
you're-
called you a retard in DMs. I don't give a fuck. You know what I didn't do? Called you a fucking retard on fucking panel or a cuck. But I'm going to call you this. You're a little bitch. That's what you fucking are. And you think you know everything. But guess what?
What are you
don't know
going to do
jack
about it,
shit.
Tom?
Tom's become a feminist. Midnight's Edge Feminism channel? Where's that at?
What
Not
are
a
you gonna do about
goddamn
it, Tom?
thing. You know what I'm going to do about it? Just know that you're a little bitch. That's what I'm going to fucking know. And you can sit there and laugh like a
Oh
little
my
bitch all you want.
God.
But look at
God.
everybody in the chat. They're cheering me on,
Everybody's
not you,
melting.
dumbass. Read the
Oh
fucking
my
room.
God.
Why would I care what
Even
chat-
this guy's like, look at it. Even this guy, I'm not a fan of Tom, but I agree with him 100%.
Why would I care what chat thinks?
Oh my God.
Why
Go,
would I
Tom,
care-
go.
Why would I care what chat thinks?
So Lofty,
Man,
you know,
give it to you. Ding.
So it's just funny to watch the feminism happening here. It really is. I'm actually blown away by this. When I saw this clip, I was like, holy shit. Holy shit. But then when we do it on our side, it's a problem. When we're feminist on our side, it's a problem.
do you know who Alex Zedra is?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so do you think she has no opinion or no knowledge of nuance in video games?
No, there's some women that play games, clearly.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm
Really?
saying,
But you said there's
really
none that play
lofty.
games at all.
Why
do
are
you
taking
think
me
she is
literally? I wasn't
incapable
being
of
literal.
understanding nuance in video games?
Well, nobody is literally saying that
I would say a lot of peers-
Suicide Squad and Helldivers are the same fucking game. We were comparing online communities.
Yeah, you're comparing player loss, which means
By
player
the
loss-
way, Lofty, for someone who knows games really well, you thought this fucking game that we're talking about was single player when it wasn't. That was the most basic fucking gamer shit knowledge that you should have.
No,
If you're gonna talk about something, I never had an opinion about it, so I never
No,
fucking
but do the
talked
replay
about it.
because you called YellowFlash a fucking
I'm gonna
liar in
die.
so many words.
you guys, let
And
me
I
let me
looked it up.
explain- Let me
It's
explain this.
exactly what he said, a shooter and looter.
Let me explain this to you. There is a difference between 4-player co-op and multiplayer exclusive, like Helldivers or Warframe.
All right, so we can stop it here because what they do is they end up like purity testing him, asking him to give examples, and then it just kind of goes back and forth between them. Essentially, what I wanted to do in this video is I wanted to show you guys that there is a lot of double standards and hypocrisy when it comes to this community specifically, because what was happening here is the women, as you saw in the video, were fighting for their positions. They're like, look, we're women, we're gamers. you saying that we're not real gamers, you trying to question our credibility when it comes to jobs we've had, whether or not we should work for companies, whether or not our opinion is valid. All of those things are things that I would side with the women on. Like, I would side with Anna and Rennie and Nina here. I would even side with Tom on this. Like, from a standpoint of women should be seen as equal in these spaces, right? I would side with them. And even YellowFlash to a degree, because he didn't push back. He didn't push back at any of the women. He sided with the women. He was laughing at what Tom was saying. So he didn't push back. So even to some degree, YellowFlash was participating in this feminist conversation because he didn't argue against it. He didn't take Lofty's position on this at all, not once. So Lofty is on here saying all of these things that a lot of people in this community think, which is that women aren't good enough to be in movies and TV shows and games. These are all positions they hold. But in this instance, when you have 50% of your panel is women, one of them has an extremely large channel, which is Anna, with a really good fan base, sitting on panel with you. All of a sudden, everyone else in the panel, and Lofty called Tom, I think he said a cuck or whatever, all of a sudden they become feminist. Now, I would never say something like that as an insult towards someone who was a feminist. I wouldn't say that because I don't believe that's the case. But if we're looking at it with the context of this panel, that would be the behavior of him sort of like bending over and towing the line for the ladies, because that's essentially what Tom was doing here. So if Tom truly believed everything he was saying to Lofty, why does he sit on streams with people that attack women constantly? Why does YellowFlash make content that attacks women constantly? Why does Anna and Nina at one point, not anymore really, why are they participating in that? I think it's Legal Mindset didn't say a word after the beginning of the video. And Rini, I don't really know much about Rini, but also made some really valid points here about it not being all women or whatever. But all of that is lost in the sauce for this community. And when push comes to shove, they will become feminist as well. And it's really interesting to watch it happen within their own community. Lastly, I want to say Lofty is pretty much an asshole. Everybody in that community knows he's an asshole, but he keeps getting invited back onto the streams. So it doesn't shock me that he was the catalyst for this argument. But that's pretty much all I have. Shout out to Katie Did for this clip. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. I am curious what everybody's thoughts are. And we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.